Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. Hope you guys are well, wherever it is that you may be around the world. We are here to preview the City versus Chelsea game. We're not only going to be talking about our preferred 11, we're going to be talking about the Tuchel press conference, looking at the head-to-heads. We're having a sort of an in-depth talk about the game overall, how we think Chelsea can beat City, where are Chelsea's weaknesses when it comes to City playing against us as well. I've got man like Kaya in the back who's going to be joining me on this one today. But make sure that you smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new to GNA TV. Share on your socials. We're on our road to 4K subscribers. We're about 140 subscribers shy from doing that. So let's try and close that gap to 3.9K if we can. And yeah, let's cue the intro. Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are all well. It's Friday. It's a beautiful day where I am. I don't know about you, Kai. What's it like where you are at the moment? Is it nice
Hey
and
man,
sunny?
it's sunny but cold. But yeah, it's good, man. At least it's sunny, you know?
Yeah, tell me about it. How you been anyway, mate? It's been a while. How
Hey
are
man,
things?
yeah, I've been good, bro. It's been good. Life has been a bit, changing. A lot of things have changed in my life, but it's getting better. It's getting better with a lot of things, man. Getting a new iPhone today, as I told you
Yeah,
backstage.
yeah,
Can't
yeah, yeah,
complain,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
So life is good, man. Life is good. What
That
about
is,
you,
them
man?
little things make you a little bit excited, though, innit? Oh, I'm getting a new
Hey,
iPhone.
yeah, man.
Like.
Technology, and booty, man. That's the only two things that make me happy in life, man.
I gotta admit with you on booty, that is definitely my favourite part of a woman. But that's a story. That's a game of another day. But let's see what people are
Exactly.
saying in the chat. Hiking with Martin, big up to you this afternoon, everyone. KD's in the house. Win or title race is finito. True. DJ Sajay says big up. Matty K says hello. Ultra Parizon says City will destroy Chelsea. Only Lukaku can save Chelsea. Do you agree with that, Kai? Is it only Lukaku that can save Chelsea
I
in this
think
game?
I think only God can save Chelsea at this point, man. With Kennedy coming back, but we'll get into that,
Yeah. We'll talk about it in a minute. Undertaker CFC, big up to you. He says, big up Jim, big up King Kai.
Oh man,
Big
praise.
up, big up to Kai. Salam welcome. Salam welcome. Oh, fair
Kind
enough,
of make
right?
it English and Arabic and mixing it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's already finito. You would say that, bro, but you're a PSG fan. You're a
PSG
PSG
fan?
fan. Like,
What's
what are you
PSG,
doing?
man? Is that some kind of spice? What is that?
It's a herb. It's
That's
a
a herb.
herb.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
It's what we put in our steak, Kai, and our chicken when we're eating it. Do you know what I mean? But we move anyway. But yeah, guys, we're going to delve into the Tuchel press conference. Like I said, keep getting them likes up. Keep smashing it. Let's try and get to 50 likes as quickly as possible. In terms of the press conference, Kai, I know you said
Yep.
you briefly watched it. I
Yeah.
want to really start with the what Tuchel was saying about Kennedy.
Mm.
He basically said that he likes him. He's not
Yep.
the He wasn't the long-term solution answer, but he's got an opportunity to show us. I will back him as a
Yep.
player, and we will give him all the support that he possibly needs. Like a lot of people feel like it was more PR than anything. He's just more becoming sort of a yes person. What are your thoughts on the kind of Kennedy thing?
I do think I don't think it's PR. I think he is happy that he has someone, but he's not like he said he's not the solution. It is a
Yeah,
solution. Like
yeah.
kind of like somebody who's used their brain a little bit, man. Then you would realize like how kind of tongue in cheek it was. But you know what it is? It is a solution. I think it's better than nothing. You know what I mean?
Jesus
It is,
Christ.
bro. It is, bro. I'm proud. I'm proud of my titties, bro. It's hard work, man.
He's working hard for him, man. He's working hard to get boobies. Yeah,
It
look,
is, man.
I'll tell you the truth. He might have, and a lot of people saying he never wanted Kennedy. You know, this is
Yep.
a bold thing. Like, I do think there's more to it, and obviously we had that conversation yesterday about having too many left backs on the books,
Yep.
which makes sense when you think about it from the board perspective and from even Tuchel's perspective. Going to buy a long-term option now is probably not the right thing to do because we do need to clear him out. Was Kennedy the best option out of the five that we could have bought up? I would probably say he was
No,
probably the
I think it's the
last.
worst. I think it's the worst.
Yeah, he's probably the worst. Emerson, there's still talks about Emerson potentially coming back.
Yep.
Again, would you be
Uh,
happy with that? Emerson and Kennedy and Alonso as your options?
I don't know if I'll be happy because it's kind of for me. If I was Tuchel and I'm not, but for me it's like the fact that we sent him away and now we're just basically getting him back on the same like 5 times the amount of the fucking loan fees that we're supposed to pay for him just for him to come
Yeah,
back for a player that we sent away. I don't know. I'm not happy with it because it's kind of like make us seems like that girl you break up with and she's just like you take her back because you have no fucking other option. That's no, it's never
So
good, bro. It's never
it's a
good.
good example. It's a good example. But at the
It
same
is,
time,
man.
one thing I would say is if we get the Newcastle will form Kennedy back, and
Yeah,
the reason like we have a very special manager, and to be fair to
yeah,
Kai, he said it from day dot. I wanted Tuchel, I wanted Tuchel. I remember having conversations with him about it, and to be fair, I didn't know much about it, so I couldn't comment.
yeah.
But,
And
but
United fans, if you guys watching the football terrace, they said we're not worried about Tuchel. Are you worried about Tuchel? Are you worried about Tuchel now, Terry? We'll leave it, man. We'll
but
leave it, man.
going back to Kennedy and Tuchel, the one thing that Tuchel has got the ability to do, and
Yeah,
we've seen it already, is that he does manage to elevate players and really does get the best out of them. Now, I think offensively, Kennedy could be useful going forward because he has
mm,
got a bit of pace and he has that. I think his left foot's not too bad.
yeah,
Defensively is where it worries me. Like, could we play him in a back four as a left back? No, but if we were playing the 3-4-3, could
mhm,
we utilize him as a wing back there? Probably, because he'd be better
yeah,
off moving forward defensively. But again, it'd have to depend who we're up against, right? Because if we're playing against a low block team, that's not going to really affect us going the other way. Then I think Kennedy will be fine because he ain't going to have to defend as much. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's how we use him more than anything. Don't use him in every game, but it's how we use him in certain games because I think he's probably better. We know what we get with Alonso, but I think going forward and being
yeah.
able to dribble and take a player on, I think Kennedy's better. What do you think?
Um, I agree that he's faster. What worries me is his physicality for me, man. He It's like the club saw Dani Alves and they were like, oh, he's Brazilian, he has tattoos. He must be as good as Dani Alves. Let's just get this guy. But it doesn't work that way. I am worried. I just hope he's not. He's our third choice after Alonso and whoever we make, and not like the backup for Alonso for the end of the season. Because if it is, I don't know, man. I don't share your optimism, Jim. Sorry, man.
Yeah. Well, no, I hear that, and it might be a thing of just it being like a numbers game. Maybe we're just
Yeah,
trying to pack up the numbers because of losing Chilwell and not having the options as wing back. So obviously we've seen Lewis Hall play there. We've seen
mhm,
Malang Sarr play in the back four as a left back. That's another option. Callum Hudson-Odoi has played as a left wing back. Again, I think you can use Callum Hudson-Odoi in that position, but only again in certain games, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe Kennedy just gives him another option. Maybe he knows in himself that he's not Chelsea material and he's just going to use him as of when in certain games. But we'd have to see really how he thinks he'll move forward. And Matty K saying from a commercial aspect, Kennedy could do okay and we could sell for a better price in the summer. I feel like we bought him back to inflate his price.
Mm.
It's a good point when
I
you
don't.
think of that. You know?
Yeah, but will Chelsea care if we increase his price by 4 or 5? Is it like good enough risk for us to potentially not really reaching our goals? I don't know, man.
I didn't know
I don't
AC
know.
was out with COVID. Did he say that?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't.
Tuchel said he was out with COVID, man.
So is he the only player out? I didn't actually hear if there's any players
Bro,
out.
you know what? All our players got COVID other than Mason Mount. We need to do like blood testing on his blood, man. Maybe his blood is the cure for it, for COVID, man. He's completely immune to it,
It's
bro.
because he's got the minerals. That's why, bro. He's got
Yes.
the.
Yeah, man. Jesus Christ, bro.
To underestimate how Tuchel can transform the performance of Kennedy, we'll have to see, guys. I mean, it's all ifs and buts at the moment. The thing is, if Kennedy improves under Tuchel, it might took long to get there.
Yep.
Okay, I hear that. Kennedy ball. The link will be later on today, Bobby. We're going to go through the usual routine of breaking down the team that we would like to see play, talk a bit about what we're doing now at the press conference, and look at
Yep.
head-to-heads. But big up to Nick Blue. Says big up, ladies and gentlemen. Bring on City. Don't forget Tuchel can improve any player, even Kennedy. We'll have to see, guys. You say any player. Look at Ross Barkley. You can't improve that, can you? Let's be serious. Like there's certain
Bro,
players you
not
just
not even
cannot.
the Lord can improve that, man. Not even the Lord can improve that, man.
The Lyon manager confirmed that Emerson is staying at Lyon until the summer. Fine, it is what it is, then, isn't it? What can we do
Yeah,
about it? Like, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
I
Um,
respect that, to be honest.
yeah, I do. It is what it is. Going into a bit more in depth about the City game.
Hmm.
Obviously, Tuchel made it clear that they asked him. They said to him, "If you lose this game, are you out the title race?" And his
Yeah,
answer was pretty much, "We could be." It wasn't
yeah.
like, "Yeah, 100%." It was like, "Yeah, we could be potentially." Is this a must-win game for you? Do you think this is a must-win for if there is any hope of us actually
For
challenging
winning the title, yes, because I think if we win this game, we what 7 points behind City.
10 at the moment? Yeah,
Yeah, so if we win, we
or
are seven
7. Yeah,
points.
7.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
7 points behind them. So that's reachable. We've seen City, if you remember, like I think it was a few years ago, where they were like 10 or 12, and they got cut up to 2. So it is possible we can do it. If we beat them, I think we can. And imagine the moral boost it will give our team as well, man. After recent results, we can beat them, So
Yeah,
why not, man?
and
Why not?
interesting enough, when they again in a press conference asked Tuchel about the last performance at home when we lost to them 1-0, they said like, "Did you learn anything from that?" And the first thing he said was, "Yeah, I tactically mucked up. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah,
set
yeah.
up
I
wrong
saw this. I saw that. I saw
straight
that.
away." And I'm glad he said that because the one thing I banged on about that game was we did actually just set up wrong. I don't think they were great. They were very aggressive and they made it very hard for us. But
Mm,
I do think we just played it in their hands playing the 5-3-2 anyway. I had no forwards with movement. We were relying
yeah.
on the midfield to get us out with Kante, Kovacic, and Jorginho. And our wing backs were pretty much defenders. It was
Mm,
like a 5-3-2 rather than a 3-5-2. So
yeah.
I think he's going to learn from that, and I think he's going to go back to what has been successful against them, the 3-4-3. In terms of Chelsea and setting up against them, Kai, how do you think we should play it? Because I know you're like me, you like the whole more forwards on the pitch, forward at the back, like
Yeah.
the fluidity of it. But going into this game, I'm not really sure if we can use that system, if you know what I
Mm.
mean. What's your thoughts? What would you do in this game?
I don't. For me, it's like people argue for the 3 at the back, like it's because it was defensively solid. But if you look at the last, like maybe 7, 8 games, even with 3 at the back, we were conceding goals like it's nobody's business, man. It was like a brothel, man. We're allowing everybody in. So I don't know, man. For me, I don't see the benefits of being 3 at the back anymore. City, as good as they are, their defense have been a bit suspicious lately.
Yeah.
So we can get at them, and we do have better players than Leicester, and we saw like what Leicester did to them. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I honestly think we can win. If we go at it like from the beginning, we can. If we play passive like we did last time, where we were just trying to block everything well, we won't win. But it's mentality.
I don't think I agree with you with the 3 at the back. I don't think it's something that we should be using in every game. I do think it limits the forward line
Yeah,
massively. That's why they're not playing. I think when we moan about the forward line and we say, "Oh, he's crap," this that, and the other, I do generally think that the system affects their performances. I just
yeah.
don't think it's their game. But in this game,
Hmm.
I don't know whether I've seen enough of the 4 at the back to go into this game and have the same setup of the 4-2-2-2,
Yeah,
especially against the City team that are going to keep the ball very well and make it hard for us. So I think it's going to be. You got to remember we've beat City 3 times with a 3-4-3. It's
yeah,
worked, and I still don't think they've sussed how to deal with that. And part of the reason why that works so well is the front three and the movement and the interchanging of them. Especially because Man City plays such a high line, and we do it against Liverpool. When we play Liverpool, we always play with players that have movement. If it's Werner, if it's Havertz, these are the type of players I expect to play against Man City. And if we're going to be successful, it's going to be through them. And obviously, for me, in the middle, we're going to talk a bit about Kovacic because he is your favourite player. But
I love
Kovacic,
Kobo, man. I love Kobo, bro.
Kovacic and Kante, I
Yeah.
think have to play together in this game. For
Mm,
me,
mm.
I know a lot of people might say Jorginho has to hold the ball better, but I think we need energy in the middle of the
Yeah.
pitch. You know, but we'll have to see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see how we do set up and what he decides to do. You think we're going to play that 4-2-2-2? I don't think so. I'm not sure if Kai does.
Yeah,
I don't think.
we've been using it the last 2, 3 games. I don't think he's gonna change it now. I think that's especially with AC going out now. We don't have enough defenders, man. So I do
That's
think
true.
he's gonna play 2 at the back.
So you think he'll play? We're going to do the lineup in a second, but he'll
Yeah.
probably play Thiago Silva and Rudiger. I think
Um,
personally, we'll have to see how happens with that. City will test Kepa with long shots. Let's just quickly talk about Kepa because there's a lot of people on social media saying that he should have his flowers. He's playing really well. He's a different goalie than what he was from what we've seen before.
yeah.
Are you seeing a different Kepa? Are you seeing more confidence in his game, or are you still a bit reserved when you
I,
look?
I, I I don't like this thing where Chelsea fans do. Every time a player plays 1 game and 2 games and he's good, all of a sudden he's the second coming of Christ. I don't think Kepa as bad as he is, but the sample size is too small for me to be like, oh my God, we got the Kepa we got on his first season. You remember his first season with Chelsea, he was really good, but I think confidence with goalkeepers, the same thing with strikers, not that easy. So for me, the sample size is too little for me to be, oh yeah, oh my God, this guy's Casillas, like people are saying you know, on
Yeah,
Twitter. But
Casillas,
we'll
believe
see,
it.
man.
I want to talk a little bit about Man City before we look at the head-to-heads and
Yeah.
do the lineups. Obviously, we had this tweet come out not long ago. Actually, Man City's preparations for the Premier League clash versus Chelsea have been disruptive after Pep Guardiola returned a further positive COVID-19 test result on the day 7 of his self-isolation earlier this week. He is expected to be back in the dugout on Saturday. They're basically saying that he's probably not going to have enough time to prepare himself to play up against this Chelsea team. I don't think they, in terms of Pep and system and setting them up, I think the players already know, don't they? How they need to play. They don't really need him to be in training to tell them how to set up against Chelsea. I think they play a certain way and they'll just continue to play that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with Pep there or not, I don't think it makes much
Yeah, it
difference.
doesn't matter because already the assistant is the one who handled most of the training anyway. Pep is just there giving instructions, and I think they've been through the same fucking routine for years now. You know, he's been there for like 4 years. Doesn't
Yeah.
need to do anything. The assistants already know all the players, how they're gonna train the coaches. So
Yeah.
I think it's just silly. I think it's just trying to sell clicks. You know, just literally makes no difference.
I agree. In terms of Man City, again, they haven't got a striker. They're
Yep.
again managing to sit top of the league and be consistent and win games and whatever else. And it worries you from what you've seen this season when you look
City,
at that.
everybody,
Yeah.
man. I would give my left kidney. I almost said left something else, but you know, to get Bernardo Silva at this club, bro. He would
Really?
be
Think he's that
so.
good? Yeah.
Bernardo Silva is everything. Chelsea fans think Mason Mount is, man. His dribbling, his technical ability, his
I say
finishing.
it.
The
Why,
guy, because it's true, man. Because
why
the guy
Mason Mount? Why not Ziyech?
is
He's like
so
more like a
good.
Ziyech. Man.
Nah, I think he's more like a Mount because he plays him a bit more advanced than he used to. Plus, the way he presses, the way he shoots, he's technically very aware. You know, tactically very aware. Man, he would elevate us to the next level. And then you have Kevin De Bruyne, man. You have, bro. You're asking me to choose from, you know, it's like
I think
choosing from a
Cancelo's another
catalog. You
one.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cancelo.
Cancelo as well. I love Cancelo, man. I
I'll be
loved him
honest
since he
though,
was.
and Bex just said it before I even said it. I don't actually fear him when I look at.
Yeah,
There's no one in the team that makes me go, "Oh shit, I'm scared." Like I think they have good players. I really do, but I do think they can be got. I do. I think we can hurt them. I think we've shown
yeah,
that there is frailties in this City team. The way you beat City is oppose yourself on them. Do not allow them to control the game, and do not allow them. Don't show them the respect on the time on the ball. If we go out there and we just impose ourselves on them, play like we
yeah.
did against Spurs, make it hard. I know they're better at moving the ball. I get that, and they will find gaps with their passing and
Mm,
etc. But I just think that if we can win the ball back more and control and be good with the ball ourselves, I think we can earn them because I think Diaz and Laporte are decent. They're
mm,
decent defenders. Don't get me wrong, but with Lukaku, will probably play, and maybe Havertz or Werner and
yeah.
whoever else that plays with him, I think we have enough to really open them up and actually hurt them.
Well,
Still,
I think in our day we can beat anybody, man.
yeah,
You know, it's like that's what the Champions League proves. The Champions League proves that on your day, like in that specific match day, if you can beat anybody in the Champions League, you can beat anybody in the world, and that's what
yeah,
it proves. On our day, if we're focused, if we play our game, we can beat anybody on this planet. You know, but the thing is, we often just suffer from complacency, man. The first like how many games this season have we had? Like the first half we barely played, and
mm,
then on the second half we've been amazing, or on the second half we played so well, and the first half we have not done nothing. It's
yeah.
just Chelsea, man. You know
It's
what it
gonna.
is? It's a Chelsea
It,
thing, man.
it's the yeah, I agree. It's the consistency of our
Yeah,
performances throughout the period. We need to have a very good 0 to 90
yeah.
tomorrow afternoon to even get anything out of this game. Big up to Gav Man. Says big up Jim and Kai. Happy Friday. I'm always happy on Fridays, man. I love weekends. Yeah, I
I
love
don't
just
work on
love.
Fridays, man. So for me, it's a good time. It's a good day, man.
Oh, right. So you don't do you work weekends or do you just?
Nah, I work from Sunday to till Thursday.
Oh, fair
That's my
enough.
work shift. Yeah.
Fair enough. Nah, Lukaku always ghosts against big teams. This big thing of Lukaku ghosting against big teams, not scoring against big teams.
When you scored
Do
against
you think?
Arsenal,
Yeah, fair enough. Are they a big team
I
these
mean,
days?
not all of a sudden people are saying that they are. I'm not gonna mention names that they are going to overtake us. You know, specific person, but yeah, yeah. So
Fair enough.
depends on how where you rank them, man. Statements like
Yeah.
this, that means you do consider them a big team if they're gonna overtake us. Well,
We have to be brave and take risks. Personally, I want us to take the game to them. That's what I'm saying. Impose ourselves on them, make it hard for them. You know that we need to do that. Rudiger's better than the Man City defenders, is what Matthew's saying. Um, Even Arsenal were giving City a match, is what Musa was saying as well. Scenes when Mace and Kai recreate the UCL goal on their home turf. They'll have City playing with PTSD. Run it back is what Bex is saying as well. We got to
Fingers crossed, man.
no Lukaku tomorrow, please. I want to see Timo, Kai, and Mount. We're going to talk a lot more in depth about that in a second. Make sure
That
you
is
smash
mad.
the likes, though, guys. Yeah, let's get them likes up to 50 likes. There's over 70, nearly 80 of you here. Only 20 minutes in, so get them likes up, please. Big game player Pulisic will put in another masterclass against City. I don't think he starts. Maybe I don't know. We'll talk about that in a bit. Yeah, it's not this game that worries me. It's taking 3 here and then dropping a stinker against Burnley. Is that what worries you, Kai? It's not always the big games with
No.
Chelsea. It's more of the lower
No,
games.
no. Well, a lot of people are saying that, but how many times have we beaten big teams like at home? Since Tuchel. And I think there was a stat that we only won like 2 games. So I don't know, man. I think people are sometimes people overrate us, sometimes people underrate us. I don't know. I stand in between. I think we're a good team. I think we're missing a few players in there. I don't think we are shit at one department or the other. I think just we need to kind of like be more consistent.
Yeah.
But I don't think
Lukaku,
it's the small teams and the big teams are the issue. I think ourselves are the issue, man.
yeah. Lukaku had a goal and assist against Conte's Chelsea when he was at United. Unless we don't think Chelsea is a big team, people need to quiet echoing over people's ideas and use
Exactly,
their own
man.
minds,
I
is what
mean,
AF says. Question: do we try and play them at their own game, or do we play on the counter? Well, how have we played? When you think about the 3 times we have beaten them,
yeah,
how have we played in that game?
counters, counter. Come on, counter. Come on, man. They had like something ridiculous against us, like 65% possession or something.
And we're meant to be one of the teams that dominate control of the ball. But I get what you're saying. They're very
Yeah,
good
you
with the ball.
usually do, but against City, I mean, come on, man. Like the players compared to our players, our players they need Viagra, bro. They don't perform, man.
So, Pulisic is a big game player, though. Look at
Yep.
his stats; he's inconsistent, but he turns up against big teams. He should start. I hear that, JJ.
Yep.
We're going to talk about that now, guys. We're going to get into the. You know who he scored that goal on? No other than AC himself. Oh God, they want to get into it anyway. Let's quickly look at the head-to-heads, and then we're going to do the preferred 11 as well. In terms of the head-to-heads, the last time we played City away at their ground, we won 2-1.
Yep.
I'm ignoring the Champions League because that wasn't at their home, but
That
the Premier
Pulisic
League
goal,
game,
you remember?
was that put? No, it was Alonso, wasn't it? In the last minute, I was
Was it
saying.
Alonso? I don't remember.
I think it was
Could be.
Alonso in the last minute. So we beat them the last time we played them, and then the last time we played them away, we lost 2-1, and then we lost 6-0. And then we lost 1-0. I mean, we haven't actually got a great. Well, we won there 3-1.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit up and down with them, isn't it? To be fair, it's not. It's not what I'm saying is it's not a ground that we go and have it all our own way, like Tottenham, for example. It's a ground where we've struggled to in recent times to actually beat. We can beat them, but they've had their fair share as well. So yeah, all right. Let's move on from that. Let's do the squad builder, Kai. I want to do 2 different systems. Yeah. So
That's fine.
We'll do the we'll start with a 3-4-3, yeah, and then we'll go to the 4-2-2 after, and then we'll decide who we want to play. In terms of goalie, it's got to be Kepa in it. There's no one
We don't
else.
have anybody else, man. Who's the other guy, man? Let's forget his name.
Eneli in it.
Is it? I don't know.
He played in the cup game. I don't know. He wasn't
Oh
good
my
enough.
god! Wasn't the conceded like the minute after?
He hit the inside of his leg and it rolled to that player. Didn't
God
he?
damn, man.
So,
I wish I had this job, man.
yeah. He literally he doesn't actually play one game, but he just gets paid for just sitting
Just
on the
trains
bench.
and laughs and makes videos.
And if he wins and if we win a trophy in that season, he's a part of it. So he ends up winning a trophy with him. That's mad, isn't it? Back 3. Who would Rudiger on the left? I think we can agree on that, can't we? Rudiger will be on the left.
Rudiger, Silva, no,
Silva, yeah.
and maybe Chalobah because we don't have anybody else because
Is he
Christensen is
back
out.
now? Is he back,
Yeah.
Silva?
Oh yeah, Chalobah's also out.
Is he out still? I don't know if he's confirmed. I think he's out, isn't he? I think he's out. We've got no Christensen. I think it's going to have to be Aspie.
Mm.
It's going to have to be Aspie.
Christensen is out.
We've only got Aspie, haven't we? Unless we play.
Yeah, Aspie. That's all we have. Yeah, Chalobah's out, man. Oh, Sa as well. Yeah, we have Sa.
But then that means Rudiger would do that, and Sarr would play there, but I don't see that happening. No, I don't see that happening. I think it will be a back. I think that will be our back three. It's Rudiger, Silva, Aspie, and Kepa. And you get into the midfield. Alonso.
Alonso, man, what can we do, bro? It's either him or Kennedy. I don't know if
Who plays
Kennedy's
on
fit
the
yet.
who plays on the right wing back for you then? Because we
Usually
ain't got
it's
anyone.
Pulisic.
Really?
Yeah, I mean he did play there a few times.
Pulisic. And then in the middle, do we really have to ask?
Yeah, Kova, Kante. Some people can argue for Jorginho, but
With
it is what
Kane, I
it
mean, you
is.
can't play George. If Kante's on the bench and you're playing City,
Yeah.
you play Kane, man. Like Cover and Kane is the energy there for me. That makes sense. Who's your front three?
Oh my God, my front three. Lukaku in the middle.
Yeah,
For me, Lukaku. My front three or Tuchel's front three, man, because it's different.
true. Tuchel's front three.
Then it will be Mount and Werner for the pace.
Okay, so you think Mount and Werner? Okay, I think it won't be Werner. I think it will be Havertz.
It's good. It could work. Could work.
Havertz, Mount, and Lukaku is what I think. Now, I want to ask you if it was your choice, looking at this team,
Yep.
what would you change if you had to pick?
I would take Alonso out and put Hudson-Odoi first of all.
Okay, interesting. You're really going for it, ain't you? Blimey now. Okay.
And then I would take Mount out and put Werner. I just think he slows us down in transition, and I don't think we need that right now.
Do we not need his work rate though, Kai? Do we not need that in energy?
But we have enough energy from Kovacic and Kante. I think both of them are a lot more energetic than he is. But yeah,
I actually want to see a front three of Havertz, Werner, and Lukaku. I only
Yeah.
got to see it once, and that was against City in the second half when they brought Havertz on, and we went to a 3-4-3, and he scored actually, but it was offside. But it looked for me, it screams movement, doesn't it? It really does scream movement. But on top of that, you've got Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi that have the dribbling ability to get out the pitch. What worries me is we have all these attackers on the pitch. They all get up the pitch, and then we get hit on the break with City, and they've got too many like midfielders: Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne.
Yeah.
If it's Mahrez ain't near, is it? It will be Sterling, Jesus, and whoever else. Like they could hurt us on the attack with if they don't track back the wing backs. I don't know. It's
yeah. I mean, I think because we have like those 5 type of defensive players in our midfield and in our defense, I think we can manage. But for me, I don't know. For me, Mount hasn't been like kind of underwhelming, man. If you take away his Norwich goals, those 3, and one of them is a penalty, how many goals have he scored against actual decent teams? None of them. Have he scored against any big teams this season? And his performances don't warrant it for me, so I don't understand the obsession. But again, you asked me for my lineup, so yeah.
Yeah, this is your lineup. This is Kai's lineup, guys. Just bear in mind, this ain't Tuchel's lineup. Tuchel's lineup, we pretty much added Kai Havertz, Mount, and Lukaku as the front three. This is Kai's preferred lineup in the three. Dear God, Kai, is what Josh is saying. Werner, you play your big game player in the big game, Mount in behind Kai and Rom.
But what's the benefit of that though? If Mount play behind, have you seen his decision making? It takes him 3 minutes to.
Now, yeah, I don't think Mount, in my personal opinion, is a forward. So when we play the 3-4-3,
yeah, I agree.
I don't think he's a 10.
I think he should play as an 8. I don't think he's a very good attacker at all. It takes him too long.
But in the 4-2-2-2, which we're going to do next, he would play as an 8 behind the 2 in front, right? And that's what he's been doing recently. And even then, I just think he's struggling with a bit of fatigue, in my honest opinion. He just looks like a player that needs to maybe have a bit of a break. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot of football been playing. So his outputs are there, but his form is not there at the moment, and that's the problem. Mount has to start, outputs count. That's what CFC Matty K is saying as well. I mean, he's had 7 goals and 5 assists this season.
But 3 of those assists came from corners. 3 goals against Norwich, which is literally the worst team I've seen Chelsea play in my life. Like, I'm not even joking, man. In my life, that's the worst team I've ever seen Chelsea play. And one of those was a penalty. But if you look, I like to use like a big sample. Yeah, I don't like to look 5 or 6 games away. Yeah, if you look at playing 24 games and only scoring like 7 goals, yeah, and 3 of them against one team, and one of them is a penalty. For me, it's not a good enough stat. But I'm not a Generation Z kid.
Yeah,
I've seen Eden Hazard, all these great players play for this
great.
club. So for
Yeah.
me, 7 goals is nothing. It's not enough. But if you
Uh,
guys are happy with the standards, I cannot judge you. You asked me for my team, I gave my answer.
no, this is your personal team. I don't think it's a bad. I think it's very attackive. I think that again it shows that we're going to impose ourselves on them and take it to them, which I think we have to do. The only thing I would change in this team is I wouldn't play Adoy and I'd play Alonso just because
Yeah,
of the
defensively, yeah, I see that.
defensive,
I see that.
maybe just and then maybe have Pulisic on that
I'm just
side. But
worried he's gonna struggle against the pace, man.
he will, he
If we
will.
have Cancelo on right as a right back
But
against Alonso, man.
what I would say to Alonso is, yeah, get up the pitch, but make sure that you're always in a position to actually be able to recover. Like, and if it means you have to sit at the halfway line and
Yeah.
play the ball forward and not make runs to support, then don't. Because I'd make Pulisic do that. I'd get Pulisic to link up with the four. Kante would probably be up there. Kovacic will drive with the ball up
Yep.
there. Like, we've got enough people that can support the front three anyway, moving forward and breaking them down. So, yeah, I would probably keep it like that. I mean, Mount, for me, I'll be honest, this is my guilty, like what I want to see. Like Havertz, Lukaku, Werner, I'll grab me. I do want to see it in a free. I've been saying it for a long time. I would like to see it. I do get why Mason Mount at the same time people would call for him. I don't think Hakim Ziyech gets in front of them in this game
Yep.
specifically. Ruben Loftus-Cheek for me don't get in the team. Ross Barkley don't as well.
I
So
think I think Ziyech is sold. I don't think he's gonna stay here above the summer. I think he's gonna be
yeah,
gone. I
yeah.
think he's gonna be replaced by Dembele. If Chelsea could have their ways, I think Dembele would replace Ziyech 100%.
Guys, there's over 130 of you here. Smash the like button. Please subscribe if you're new as well. We're on our road to 3.9k subscribers. It'd be good to see if we can try and close that gap today. But I want to get these likes up to 75 likes if we can. So let's close the gap to that. Let's try. Let's go switch to the 4-2-2-2.
Yeah.
Well, how much does it change now? For me personally, I want to start with the back four. I would say these three are okay. And I would actually play Malang Sarr. That's what I would do. Because
Okay.
I thought he was. I thought he played very well against Tottenham. And I know it weren't much of a test and City will be a bigger test, but he has pace, number
Yeah.
one. So he can get back and forwards. And I wouldn't be worried too much about him getting forward and trying to create. I just think we need people that can actually cover and defend. And when Alonso's in there, if Sterling's on that wing and they play the ball behind Alonso, he ain't recovering. Do you know what I mean? And that's where we're going to
Yeah.
have a problem. We need to have pace. We need to have people that can defend and have pace. And I think Malang Sarr, from what I've seen in the last couple of games, would be a better option than Alonso against Man City. What do you think?
Just due to the pace, I see it, but you need to kind of look at it from a different point of view, right? Because they're gonna have the ball more than us. They're really dangerous on the wings. That's like where they create most of the chances from the wing. Like they cut like inside, right in the mid. So I don't know, man. Alonso's as much as I dislike that guy, man. The guy looks like he runs in the desert 24/7 when he plays football, man. But we do need him defensively. I think his presence in there, his physicality. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I like honestly, like you remember when
Flick a coin.
you
Flick a
remember
coin, man.
you remember
Yeah.
when Neville said like it's like choosing between two guys to have to sleep with your wife. It's the same thing, bro. It's the same thing. Like two players that I honestly don't want to be starting at Chelsea as a left back, and it's just highlights what this board has done for preparation. But I don't know, man. I honestly don't know, man. Like, what would I give to see Chilwell and Reese back in
Oh,
that?
tell me about it. Yeah, I think if Chilwell and Reece were back, we wouldn't be playing the four. I think it would be the 3-4-3.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I agree.
that's the thing. I don't think we'd ever see this. Sarr did well on both legs. Defensively, for sure, Josh is saying, ready to get the W couch. So you go from Ziyech to an even more waste of space in Dembele. This must be saying, oh, she must be talking in the chat. If Saar gets cooked by City, I don't want to hear y'all crying. Look, he could potentially get cooked by City, but so would Alonso. So what difference does it make?
Everybody gets cooked by. That's why I said, bro. That's why I said that the metaphor that Neville said, man. It's like, you know,
All
it's
right,
like
Alonso.
this.
All
It's
right,
like,
people saying Alonso. All right, and you're saying Alonso as well, aren't you? So,
hey, man,
all right.
dumb and dumber. That's what I'm saying, man. Dumb and dumber. It doesn't mean anything, you know.
The two in the middle is definitely Kovacic and Kane still.
Kovacic and Kante,
We
I
have
love
to,
them both, man.
especially more so in this system, right? Because we need the energy. We need the
Yeah.
energy for them to both cover in these positions here, get forward, etc. Who's your two behind the forwards in these positions?
I don't know, man. This is wingers. Literally, the 4-4-2 is mostly like wingers. So I would play Adoy and Pulisic for me. If I had my ways, two natural wingers, I think they would benefit the living fuck
All
out
right,
of this
what do
team.
you think Tuchel's going to do first if he plays this system?
He's gonna shove Messi in there either way.
I think you could see Adoy Mount. I think that could happen. Who would be your front two?
Havertz and Lukaku for me. Both of them tall. Both of them good with headers. Both of them good off the shoulder of the last defender.
Yeah.
I think if these guys have two wingers, natural wingers, they will be dangerous, man. Just from set pieces.
Yeah, I agree. I think that if we play the 4-2-2-2, this is what I think Tuchel will do.
Yeah.
I think you could argue that Hudson-Odoi might not play and Pulisic plays there. I think it could
Yeah.
be between the two. Pulisic could play, Hudson-Odoi could play. I think Hudson-Odoi is better off the left. I mean, I like Pulisic off the left as well. I'd actually just like to see Pulisic be played in his position. I feel sorry for the guy a bit. Like he's been playing right wing
Bro,
back.
I feel sorry for all our attackers, man. Like, imagine like what that does to you. Literally, you play a midfielder in their positions. Like, what do they feel? Tuchel rather play a midfielder in their position. Like, imagine like the,
Yeah.
the amount of like kind of degrading that does to you. Because Mason Mount is, as much as I give him like kind of like as much as I dislike him, he's not really an attacker either. He's a midfielder. He might pass like a League Two player, but he would be good. You know, I think it would be good for him to move to actually play in the midfield.
Kai, accept the minerals is what Moose is saying. There's nearly 100. There's nearly 180 people here actually.
What
So
minerals, bro? That guy has no. Anyway, man.
I can see a 4-3-1-2 is what Matthew's saying with Kante, Cover, and Jorginho in a free Mount ahead of them behind the two strikers. That is exactly the same way that we played at home. I do not want to see that. Like with the three midfielders, Jorginho. I mean, look, going forward progressively, Kovacic could do a job. Lukaku and Werner will give you the pace up front. But I think we will be better off not playing Jorginho and playing an extra forward rather than playing Jorginho and losing a forward and having three midfielders on the pitch. But
Yeah.
I hear it. Cho won't play over Pulisic in this game, is what Josh is saying as well. All right, we can throw Pulisic in. Now, Kai, if you used to choose your preferred
Oh
line,
man, don't get me started, bro. I'm wearing gray sweatpants, man. Don't let me do this, bro. I would put Pulisic and
Cho.
Cho. Yeah.
So you've gone quite direct there. I like that because you've
Yeah.
got two players on the pitch that
Who can
dribble.
cross or very good crossing, man. Plus Mount has like 42% cross accuracy.
He
Whenever
takes
it's
away our free kicks and our corners. How is that
no
possible?
from corners he's pretty good. I give him that. But like whenever he runs towards the byline and he tries to cross, which I don't blame him because he's not really a winger, right? Because he's a central midfielder. So
Yeah.
I'm not like I'm trying to be fair with this lovely fella, you know.
Fucking hell, Kai, man. I see you all over social media. You crack me up with your
Bro,
comments and that.
I'm just not a fan of underdogs, you know. Like he's what, like 5'10", like nice guy, you know, like they're like bumping around. It's not my thing, man. It's not my. He's a nice player. He's a good kid, yeah. He's a good kid, man.
Cho's got to be on the right, Jim. I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
you'd see Pulisic on the right and Cho on the left. That's what I think he would do if he played this lineup. I think, look, if we do go with this lineup, obviously we're going to back it. I'll back whatever Tuchel chooses to do. But I do think he will revert to the three at the back. And I've said that I think he will do that because of the three times we have beaten them. And the three times we have beaten them, it was the 3-4-3 and it worked quite nicely. And I don't think they sussed out how to deal with it,
Yeah.
to be honest. It for me, mucks them up a bit in the way that they play and how they set up. I don't think it fully helps them. But at the same time, this 4-2-2-2 could work. It's just like you said, though, we have to be aggressive and we have to control the ball. When we're out of possession and then they've got control of the ball, you need everyone behind the ball. Everyone's got to get behind the ball, because if you leave one little bit of space for a Bernardo Silva, a De Bruyne, you know what's going to happen next, especially with Kepa in goal. I think they're going to shoot outside the box because they can see Kepa in goal. And that's the other thing. When Mendy's in goal, have you noticed people don't shoot outside the box? They're just like, no, I'm not going to take it. They see fucking Kepa in goal and they're like, right, that's it. Just take a shot. And that's what worries me. That's what worries me more so as well. I think my starting is a little different to this. We are going to open up the lines, guys. We've only got 47 likes. Let's try and get over 50 likes. Once we're over 50 likes, I'll open up the lines and get you guys involved. Still over 170 of you guys here. Des free at the back. Silva doesn't have the legs to keep up with the runs in behind for 90 minutes in the back four. Did you hear that, Kai?
I honestly disagree. I think he doesn't have the legs, but he never really had the legs in his career. He was more of an intelligent anticipator, man. And he has Rudiger there, who has more than enough pace to cover for him. I don't know, man. I honestly disagree.
When you look at that four at the back, though, it looks really slow, doesn't it? Other than Rudiger, Alonso's slow. Silva's not exactly fast, but he's not slow. Aspie hasn't got the pace he had before.
But you do have Doy and Pulisic who are rapid. You have Rudiger who's fast. You have Kovacic and Kante who on their own right are also like really fast.
Yeah, I hear you.
And we defend as a unit. Like if you look at the most of the time how we defend, we never defend only with our defenders. A lot of the time is the midfielders anticipate. We play a more like organized kind of way.
No, I agree. It's gonna be a telling game. I do think Man City are still the favourites based on their form at the moment. They haven't lost for their last.
Well, I mean, not only by their form, their players as well, man. But no,
they have got the better quality all round. When you look at their squad overall in terms of what they can bring as well.
We are literally, I actually never mind, man. Never mind.
Go on, tell us.
They love this like high end Southampton FC, man. Allow it. I'll allow it, man. We'll see what it is. Hey, Josh, how you doing, bro?
What's happening, Josh? He's gone.
He's gone. Josh is gone. Jesus Christ. Josh. Sorry, Josh. All I said is how you doing, man. Did I say was I too upfront?
Matty K, what you saying?
How we doing, boys? How we doing?
Hey, man.
All right, mate. All right, not bad. How are you? Looking forward to this game?
I am. I'm quietly confident. I think we're in a better position to beat them in this game than we was in the previous three.
Wow.
Just with everything that's going on. I just think where we are in the season, I think the way that their team are performing, there's no doubt that City are the team to beat, and I think they're on great form. But I think when we've played them in the past, I think I don't know. I just feel like they've been stronger, or when I've looked at their team, I thought there's been more threats than what I'm looking at now. I don't think this will be the lineup. I agree. I think it will be a back three, and I think Mount and Werner has to start.
Why not Havertz?
So the reason I don't think Havertz starts is, I'll be honest, it goes a little bit to do with the games that I've seen recently. I feel like Werner is better at getting in behind. I think we're going to be pinned back. I think to think that we're going to have most possessions, ludicrous. So I think you're going to want that pace to get in behind. Werner created Werner running behind is one that created the corner that got us the goal the other day with Spurs. So I think Werner will have more impact than Kai will on the counter.
I hear that, but at the same time, Havertz had his best performances against the bigger teams. He scored against Liverpool. He scored against City. Like I just think, Real Madrid, for example. I think Havertz is perfect for this game with Lukaku. I like what I saw with them too. Actually,
I agree. So I would say Havertz. Well. So I think if Lukaku doesn't start, I think Havertz and Werner would be brilliant. I think Havertz would have a great game. The problem that I feel that it is with Lukaku starting, which we all think is going to happen, you lose that fluidity in the front three, which means I don't think there's going to be as much space. I don't think you'll get the best out of Kai's movement and turning. I don't know. I have hesitation with Kai and Lukaku up top.
Josh,
I
I
don't
think he's
know.
back in, bro, because you're
Yeah, I got you. No, I was just saying he was rested the entire game during the midweek. So there's got to be a reason for that.
Yeah, I agree. And look, Werner did come off though at the same time, didn't he, against Tottenham? So that if there's anything that Lukaku played the whole game.
Yeah,
So
I
could
don't
it be
know.
him?
Yeah, I agree. I don't know, man. If we were playing Norwich and we needed 2 players to score, Werner and Mount would be perfect. But we need players who can actually finish off like good teams, you know. And as much as I like Werner, you know, his record against big teams is not the best. But Havertz have already scored against Liverpool and City in the last 5 months. So I do see where Jim comes from.
I agree so much with the Werner. I mean, Werner for me and Havertz, I think, is a coin toss. The one thing I think is a dead cert is I think Mount has to play. I mean, as much. So even if I was to take the outputs argument off the table, and I hate when people say, "Oh, it was against Norwich," he still did the business, right? And there's been plenty of games this season where people should have been scoring and they weren't. But if you take that all off the table,
including him as well, Matty, including him.
I would include, I agree.
He went 12 games without scoring a goal.
His work rate will be needed in this game. They're gonna have more possession. His work rate will be needed.
Okay.
In my opinion.
I think we have to start looking realistically at Mason Mount. He's not on form recently, and he could really do with being on the bench. He's giving the ball away a lot in midfield. He can't shoot. You know, he's making bad passes. Okay, he did the set piece that led to Rudiger scoring against Spurs, but his performances of late have not been good. And I don't know why we keep, papering over this. Mount is not on form and work rate is not enough. He needs to do better. He's getting to that age where we can't keep accepting these performances. And I think in this game, he should come off the bench.
Well, there you go. I want to ask Couch this question. Couch, Mason Mount or no Mason Mount?
I'm with Bobby on this. I think, Mason Mount, as much as you need his work rate and endeavor, because it's a game that we're going to be chasing the ball a lot, I just think that you also need somebody that can be clinical in that final third when you get the opportunities. And I'm not just talking about finishing, but also playing that decisive pass to split the defense, whatever, like he gets into great areas at times, and then his decision making lets him down lately. The ability to really hurt teams in that final third has been non-existent. Like, I'm talking about like just playing a simple through ball, to find somebody in space to get them in a good position to score. Like, none of that stuff's on display at all. So I think we need somebody that can play as like Callum makes sense for me, although he hasn't really been great either. Pulisic, I'd like to see him in his preferred role, because I think that we've been playing him so much out of position that we haven't really seen the best of him. And if the best of him hasn't really been on display the last little while, I think that's more just down to the fact that he's been played everywhere except for where he wants to play. And I don't think
Can I give you an interesting stat? Yeah, Mason Mount have lost the ball 7 times against the Spurs. 7 times. That is mad.
Yeah, but you got to take your eye test into that as well. He tries passes that other players don't.
Eye test is very subjective. Numbers don't.
No, I agree.
When you say he tries passes, though, Matt, when you say he tries passes, though, what passes are you seeing him try? Like, there's nothing that's like...
He missed that chance to Jorginho. Yeah. Jorginho passed him a perfect ball, and he just overthought it and just...
Exactly.
He knocked out one of the wheelchairs.
He's getting robbed of possession. And, his goal scoring is his ability to convert chances. Yeah. It just seems to be getting worse. He's in a... You know what annoys me? He's in a poor vein of form. He really
Don't look at the sample of his goal scoring record. More than half of the goals he scored were against one team. And before that, he won 12 games without a goal nor an assist. So people are just trying to fit their agendas without looking at the whole sample in front of them. And they're just trying to be like, oh yeah, but he scored 7 goals, 3 against Norwich. 4 of his assists were like set pieces, corners. What about the rest? What about what he plays? What happened to open play?
He's
don't know.
missing a lot of chances.
Subjectivity is annoying me with this guy. Like, I want him to do good, but I'm just tired of his fanboys.
I think he's not. I'm not saying that he's in form. I'm not at all. And at no point did I even say take the stats off the table. I mean, I disagree when people say, "Oh, you can't take in his assists because they're
But you just
set
paid his
pieces."
output, though.
Yeah, but no. But you can't take away somebody's assist because it was a corner or a free kick.
I'm not taking them away from him, but
so the argument is if you like you, I think it was you that said you like Havertz and Lukaku up top because they're two tall guys that can handle the ball. My argument would be then, if we won a corner, who would you want taking it? Because if you're not saying Mount, you're wrong. It's that simple. His corner delivery is better than anybody else on the pitch.
So he should take a spot because of the way he takes corners. How many times a game do we take corners?
No. What I'm saying is if you're going to diminish a stat, you need to think about, well, who's replacing it.
I'm not diminishing it. I'm diminishing the stats with his goals because I don't think he's a good goal scorer whatsoever. And he's not a very good chance creator because he loses the ball a lot, and he takes him 3 or 4 seconds to even make a move.
Do you know what it is about Mason Mount for me? And I agree. I don't think he's a forward in a 3-4-3.
Neither do I.
He's not. He's an 8.
I think he's an 8, and I do think we put the pressure on him to score goals because he's asked to play that role. But I don't think it's his game, if I was opinion. I don't think that's what he's about, and I just think that he is out of form. I've been saying it for a number of shows now. But after games, I've said Mason Mount, his output's there, but his form's not great. We could probably have him on the bench and play Pulisic and Cho in a game. I think personally, I get the work rate thing. I do get it, but you do have Kante and Kovacic that also provide so much energy in the midfield anyway, and the press, you'd need Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic and whoever, Werner or Havertz and Lukaku to press anyway. Why do we need to have another player that just presses? If he's not doing anything other than pressing and he's not effective with the ball, then what's the point of having someone on the pitch that's not effective with the ball? We need people that are playing in a position to be effective. Does that make sense? And I just think
it comes down to how you see this game playing out. I don't think that Chelsea's going to have the majority of the possession, and what you do out of possession, like when we look to transition and break, you're going to need guys that are going to be quick in the transition and be able to advance the ball accurately in the spaces, and that is not Mason Mount's game for me.
And finish, that's the big one. Finish, that is the
one. I thought he's looked. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Josh.
I was just saying, Mount misses far too much, and it's symptomatic of his loss of form. And I think the best way to cure that is by not starting him. If he gets a spell of having to come off the bench, Mount is the sort of player that reacts to that and realizes that his game needs sharpening up.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. I just think the problem is you're looking at it from a broader picture. Like, if you take this game just as this game, right? It depends. I'll be honest. It depends how we set up. If we're going to look to close them down, put the pressure on them, close from the front, you have to start Mount because of his work rate. And I know you're saying outputs and all that crap, but I wouldn't be playing him for his goals or assists. I'd be playing him for his work rate, and then I'd be relying on your Havertz and Lukaku to go get the goals because that's what their job is.
When you say work rate, Matty K, what is it that you think he does when you say work rate?
He's good at pressuring people on the ball. He's running. He's good. He's better than anybody else I can think of going in that position. Who else is going to go in there and press from the front as well as him? Now, I know you're saying losing balls, passes. I agree. He's not in form, and I do agree with you. I do think he needs to be dropped soon to try and give him a little bit of a kick up the arse.
I think it's fatigue. I keep saying it. I think
potentially, yeah, but I would still argue so the type of player Pulisic is and the type of player Cho is, they get the ball, they run at the people. We know what they're going to do.
I don't think we're going to be pressing from the front. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that we're going to be.
We're going to play counter, Couch.
Yeah, who would you rather have on the counter? Would you rather have somebody with the pace of Mount or somebody with the pace of Pulisic?
Just on the Mount question, I agree with Bobby and Kai. Exactly. We have to drop him tomorrow, put him on the bench because he's not on form. We can't have off form players playing tomorrow, especially against City. So
my question is Havertz fit?
Sorry?
Is Havertz fit? Is
Havertz
Havertz?
is fit. Yeah,
He had a whole 90 off.
I like to see Havertz, Werner, and Lukaku. Mount on the bench. You can have Cho left wing back if it's not Alonso. But I think Alonso will be playing because Tuchel always puts him, and he's going to. We need Alonso to get them balls in because Mount hasn't been doing it. Like everyone's been saying, he doesn't pass the first man.
Can I say something? Can I kind of make a disclaimer? Yeah.
Yeah.
My issue is not only with Mount. I don't think any of those attackers are good enough.
No, I agree.
Bar Lukaku is the only one.
100%.
It's kind of proven. I'm not saying only Mount is.
Yeah, but he's
it's
the
not
one
I'm only.
most-
No, let
Yeah,
me finish.
Kai.
It's not like I'm only bullying Mount, right? But why I give Mount more slack? Because Mount can get away with things that other players can't. When one of these guys have a bad game, he's taken out. Mount stays there regardless of his form.
Exactly.
Which is why I give him the most. But
Yeah.
in the long run, I think all of those attackers should be replaced as far as the role in the team. All of
Is
them
that
are-
is that not testament to Tuchel's? Is that not testament to what Tuchel's seasoning then that we're probably missing?
Yeah, but Tuchel wants Dembele, a guy who also plays on the right most of the time. Why is that? Why does he want Dembele?
You're comparing apples with pears, mate. I can answer that for you. My question would be is
because he does want wingers who can run and score
Tuchel
goals.
hasn't actually come out and said he wants Dembele. It's the media that says he wants Dembele.
yeah.
So let's get that right. I mean,
Yeah.
Well,
you
if
know,
we
that's
get him,
just
that's kind of proven it, isn't it? If we do get him.
Right. Well, and he's a smart option if you don't want to spend money on attackers. He's going to be on a free. So if you're going to spend your money in midfield
what's
and in
the point?
defense,
Like I said, but what's the point getting him if he's gonna be injured just like Pulisic?
we can't just say it because the guy he's healthy right now. He's just put in a really great performance against Real this past weekend. Like you can't just say because the guy's been injured that he's going to be injured all the time. In fact, the longest span of his career where he's been healthy was under Tuchel at Dortmund. So because the guy's been injured that he's going to continue to be injured all the time, I think is a
I think Dembele is kind of a interesting one because I do think he's technically better than all our attackers, and I think on his day creativity wise he's better than all of our attackers. But the injury does scare me though because I don't want another.
Yeah, the injury. You can't have a player there that's going to be like Pulisic and you're only going to use him for 20% or 30% of the season.
Yeah, but do you want the CM to play right midfielder for another season? I don't want that. I want to see what Mount can do from center midfield.
We do realize like Pulisic hasn't had a muscle injury in over a year. Like the injury he got on international duty was an ankle injury off of a horrendous tackle. I don't know, man. What are
you on about hamstring? He literally pulled his hamstring training.
When?
Like he ran 50 feet. Do you remember he pulled his hamstring just when he got out before the warm up, like 1 hour before?
He's never available for a whole season, isn't it? That's the thing with Pulisic. He's always going to be out.
I'm not going to lie,
available for a whole season though. Jem, our whole team's had injuries this year. Everybody's been hurt. Everyone on this pitch right here has pretty much been out with an injury at some point this season.
Since he's been at Chelsea, he's always had something wrong with him, hasn't he? He's never he's never just there. You know what I mean? Fully through a season.
But when you say that though, what's his contribution and what's not?
That'll be good.
Like,
he's too skinny for me. He needs to bulk up a little bit, man. He gets injured too easily, man. Not like me, obviously. I'm not bulk up like me. But like,
you can't say that.
Gain a little bit of weight.
Havertz is skinny as well, but he's a good player.
Havertz also needs to bulk.
Yeah, but that's how they are. They're meant to be like that. Not everyone's going to be like a Lukaku and Rudiger, you know.
Rudiger?
Rudiger's not. What?
Rudiger is not. Yeah, but he's tough. He's got the bones. He doesn't look. I know he's not. Yeah.
Who else we got here? We got Ben here. Ben, what are you saying?
Yeah, with the Mason Mount thing, does anyone actually see him being on the bench tomorrow?
Yes.
No.
Yes and no, depending on Tuchel. He'll play either Havertz or Mount. One of them to both. Most likely Mount.
I think he relies on, but I can rationalize why he should.
I think it's because of the lack of other options he has. I do think like if he could, he would have somebody else in the attack rather than him.
And I doubt Kylan Hudson-Odoi plays on the right. I rarely see him play on the right. He's more so on the left.
Yeah, we said left, yeah, because Pulisic played most of his career on the right anyway.
Yeah, so y'all drop Odoi and put Pulisic there. He's gonna play.
Yeah. What were you saying, Couch, earlier?
No, I was just saying I don't think he will be dropped, but I can rationalize why I think he should be dropped. And I think Tuchel might have his own reasons for not wanting to drop him, but I mean, it's just plain as day for us. Like, the guys is not providing enough offensive threat for us at this point.
The big question for you guys: should Lukaku play or not play?
Yes.
He should play.
So is that a question of will he play or do we want him to play? Because you're saying, if you're saying, I think
go on.
Tuchel will start him, but I think we do better. I think we would do better against Man City without him.
No.
We need Lukaku to hold the ball up.
What, in a 3-4-3?
No one else can do that up front.
Everybody says that, but we've beaten 3 times without it. Like,
that's true.
Yeah, but they changed the way they play everything since then. They don't play the same.
No, they probably don't. But on one of these, I'll go by statistics, and I think, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I think the fluidity is what causes their defence so much trouble.
That's true.
And I think without Lukaku, with Lukaku in the team, you don't have that. Their 2 centre-backs know what they're doing.
Can I counter it with my point is that Diaz fit? Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know if they.
Yeah, him and Laporte fit. Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is though, what I saw last game was that Diaz was literally not letting Werner go full sprint to stretch him out wide, and I feel like Lukaku will be that main man that will drag defenders into him, because let's be honest, you can't mark with Havertz, right? You can mark him. He won't be able to push his way out, and I feel like Lukaku's got that strength to bully the defense.
And pace as well. He also has the pace.
Yeah.
Like how fast
If he drags either Laporte or Diaz towards him, Werner's gonna run in or behind him.
I think with these attackers that we have up front with Lukaku, where are the goals going to come from? Werner's not scoring and Mount is not scoring, so we need.
We're just going to have to rely on either Werner going full stretch to square it to Lukaku, so on. But the thing is, though, are you gonna sacrifice someone like Lukaku who can drag the defenders with him? Because Werner's going to be useless if he can't go full sprint against Diaz, because Diaz is going to keep him close.
Yeah, but they'll play a high line. You do know that. That's one
thing.
And that's my point. Last time when we got smashed.
Yeah, but if you look at their wing backs, their wing backs are going to get forward. Their wing backs are going to get forward. So I think when you've got a fluid front 3, if you're countering and the defenders don't know who they're marking, it makes the counter so much more stronger and efficient. Like, I don't. If it's Lukaku standing in between the 2 centre backs, he can bring down the ball, but he slows down that counter opportunity, in my opinion.
JJ Bridge with a donation says Matty K wants Mount to start and Lukaku benched, and then puts a funny face. Thanks for the donation, bro. I will say this. This is my honest opinion. If Lukaku plays, I want to see him play in the 4-2-2-2. If we're playing the 3-4-3, I would actually prefer Havertz in this game. But
I want to see him play alongside Kai Havertz. I don't want to see him play alongside Werner.
But with the 3-4, I don't know. With the 3-4-3, I don't know, man. I'm just not.
It's an early kickoff, isn't it? It's an early kickoff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Lukaku and Kai Havertz together works better than this Werner and Lukaku situation going on. We could play.
I don't think Werner and Lukaku are bad together, though.
I don't think during like league matches we played Werner and Lukaku together. It doesn't gel well like Kai Havertz and Lukaku.
They were good against Tottenham, Werner and Lukaku.
They are. They're all right, man.
They were good. No, it does work with Lukaku. Havertz or Werner, I think it works. I think we should have all 3 of them tomorrow.
Yeah, I would Germans don't play well together. I don't think both Germans play well together.
I'd like to see Havertz, Werner, and Lukaku at one point.
Yes, we haven't seen it enough. That's what I want to see. But we know Tuchel's going to put Mount there, so
money.
Who's that?
No, Kyle. No, we're not. We're not going to be long. Probably about another 20 minutes.
That's fine.
25 minutes. So if we've got to shoot, then just shoot, my man. Not a problem.
No. I have it like your time would be like 2:30, so I'm good.
Kai's impatient. He wants to go on the Johnny Twitter show. It's going crazy. You want to? Have you seen it?
I have a life, man. I have things to do.
No, you don't. I see you with Johnny and the rest. Don't worry. I'm a spy. I'm the Roman spy. I see what you lot are doing.
Man. Maybe like once.
Yeah.
I don't argue. If you notice, I never argue with Johnny, man. My parents told me never argue with the old lady in the park, man. Waste of time.
I'm joking with you, man. Yeah, but right now it's going crazy in there. Right now, you've got Andrew, Johnny, and the rest of them. Swearing at Johnny because he likes Mount. That's not good, is it?
Yeah, well, that's normal, isn't it? I've known Johnny. It's normal. Trust me, it's always been the case. Whether it's whoever it is with Johnny, if Johnny's in the show with you, then it ends up being a bit crazy.
Crazy. I just had to pop in to see what's going on, and they're all swearing at each other. They want to kill each other. Oh God.
You know what? I was gonna say, you know what would be jokes, right? If you had Johnny defending Mao and you had what's his called, Ty with Saka, just let them two argue.
Go back to the game. Go back to the game anyway. Do you? Who is actually like really confident? Like who's like, yeah, we're gonna do this. It's not gonna be a problem. Like we can do this.
We're gonna. I could see another draw. To be honest with you.
I think we're going to beat. We need to win this game. I'm confident we're going to go. If we play like we played in the final against them, we can beat them. We mustn't let them come up on us. If Chelsea come out and they're going to go for it, and I guarantee that's what Tuchel's been telling them all day today. They're going to come out and go for them, not like we did at home when we sat back. That was a big mistake. No counter-attack. We have to go for them. If we go for them, we can beat them. That's what I'm saying. I have full confidence in my team.
Well, the man, the myth, the legend, Klasrev has turned up now.
Klasrev, I'm starting for sure now.
Are we talking about the game tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Yeah. Go on.
No, don't mention the name, man. He shall not be named.
We're going to play like 4-2-3-1, and it has to be like high octane game and very positive game. So
that's right. Let's ask you for your formation then. Go on, you tell us who you think should play.
Yeah,
4-2-3-1. Yeah.
3-1.
Okay. Right? So who's in the back?
So listen. When we are defending, we'll be back four and back three, and when we are going to attack, we'll be back four. So for me, on the left, plays Saar.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Rudiger, Silva, and Aspie.
Yeah.
And then on left midfield, probably Hudson-Odoi. I think it would be a very major game for Hudson-Odoi. It's going to make or break.
4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1.
What have I got here? Why is this such a weird 4-2-3-1?
That's a diamond, I think you've done.
Oh, it's 4-2-3-1. Is it 4-2-3? I have to do it like that.
Just do it.
I'll do it like that. Yeah. All right. So he wants Hudson-Odoi on the left. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what? Who's in the middle? Who's the middle three?
In the middle is Jorginho and Kovacic. They're going to start the game.
Oh, man.
Because you don't need to be negative. Because last time we played City, we were very defensive, and that actually cost us the game. And then I think on the right side, we have got to put Pulisic. We have to put Pulisic or Ziyech.
Pulisic. Yeah.
One of them.
And then who's the third one in the midfield then?
Yeah, it's Mason Mount, and then on top there has to be one of Werner, Lukaku, or Havertz. So if we are kind of looking for a very high octane, positive game, so I will probably be putting Werner to start the game with. But everything can change later. I mean, after the halftime, Lukaku can come and Havertz can come.
You think Werner leading the line's the answer, Klasrev?
You know what's going to happen? He's going to be passed around between Diaz to...
Exactly. It's not even you can't play Werner as well. One thing I've learned with Timo Werner, he's not you can't play him as a target man on his own up front. You can't.
Impossible. He's not a target.
If you're going to play Werner, you're going to have to play him where Hudson-Odoi is and play Havertz up front. or something like that.
But on
Werner has to
transition,
play the
Pulisic and
two. He can't play both.
I
Hudson
don't think
Odoi
we'll play the two
will
you
be
mentioned
coming
for
in.
Why the hell did you drop Kante, Klasarif?
Oh, Kante, I think Tuchel doesn't want him to start, right?
No, I think he's starting tomorrow.
You know what, Class F? Yeah, I was gonna say, right, your lineup looks good up until you put Werner on.
We only use
But
Kante for big
James,
matches.
this is not a formation I'm actually looking for. It's 4-2-3-1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
4,
but
2, 3, 1.
Yeah, boys, a bit like
Yeah, I
with
know what you mean. It's the 3 in front like that. I know what you're saying, and then the 1 up there with the 2 sits. I know.
yeah, Pulisic is obviously gonna play on the right wing side, but he's also gonna cut in. I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
have to see one
that
of like
left
two of Odoi, Pulisic, Ziyech. I have to see at least two of them because they're gonna do the crosses and do the what you call long balls, right? Yeah, I don't know. Like high octane game, I think that's the main because Hazard has to. Alonso, I can't even look at that man. He can't play against the City, can he?
Well, it's either him or Sarr. We don't really have any options, and we have Kennedy as well. So I don't really know who's. Everyone's like, it's gonna sleep. Is everyone awake? Everyone doesn't know what to say.
Is Kennedy fit?
Is Kennedy
It's
fit?
too early.
yes, but
He
I
won't be
think he's a
playing.
dead baller, man.
Kennedy just arrived. Yeah, how's he going to play, man?
He's worse than
Just come.
Alonso, man.
Yeah,
No,
but
no,
He's
no.
worse than
it's going to be
Kennedy
Alonso.
actually
Alonso.
going to surprise a lot of people. I mean, he had like loan spells with the Granada.
Hey, Class F, can I say something, right?
Ended up
Flamenco fans thanked us for recalling him. They
the
thanked us because he's
respective
dead.
team. And then he went to Flamengo. He was second in the league. And obviously, we can't forget his Newcastle day where he played 28 games. And then, obviously, they had a very tough season due to Mike Ashley being, involved in a lot of
Hey,
issues.
Class F,
They
you might
ended
as
up
well bring up Hudson Odoi's 17-18 season while you're with Kennedy.
What?
I don't know what's
I
going on
got
here.
faith in Kennedy.
I don't
I
really know
think
what's
he'll
going
come
on.
in and
Bro,
prove
Class F is just waffling,
Kennedy
man.
is
Let's carry on.
very vibrant. Listen, Kennedy is better than Hudson Odoi. I can tell you that because he is more experienced.
Oh,
I
God.
think there's a lot of bandwagon disrespect being given to Kennedy.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
going to
What
lie
is
to
this?
you. Hudson Odoi is very
What is he
important.
doing?
He's
What is he
going to
doing
be
here, guys?
making
What
or
is he doing?
break it.
What's he doing?
Because
What's he
if
doing?
he doesn't perform tomorrow, and if he shows, the way he
Joe,
did it
can
in
you
the
do me a
last
favor?
in the
Can you do
second
me a
half,
favor?
where he
Can
just
you
gets
can you
confused,
can you
like what
please
he
mute
has
him,
to
bro?
do.
I don't
If
understand
he
what he's
just
saying,
fucks
man.
up tomorrow,
He said Kennedy's better than Alonso. That's all he's saying, man. I don't know what he said after that.
He's
Anyway,
talking
Bobby,
waffle.
Classic,
Bobby,
classic. Just
you
because
said.
Kennedy is Brazilian, he has tattoos, doesn't mean he's as good as Danny Alves, bro.
Well, no, well,
That's not how it works.
Bobby,
No, Kennedy,
you said.
listen, have you seen him when he went to loan to Spain? The both team finished 7 and 6
So why did he
This is one
stay?
thing I
Why did
agree
he
on the
got? Why
classic.
did he was moved to Brazil then? If he was
because he
as
was
good as
involved in very kind of controversial issues with, I think, China or something. And we were
that was a
losing.
Chelsea though. That was a Chelsea. That wasn't China.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, China.
that's why we loaned him. We made him go to loan. He's not that bad. That guy
Well,
is a baller.
well, yeah, but Bobby said he thinks he's being criticised a bit too much as well. Bobby, what's your thoughts on Kennedy coming back? If you're there, you're muted, Bobby.
Gone to sleep.
Bobby's
Yeah,
sleep.
I think Kennedy's going to surprise people. The problem with Kennedy is that he made that mistake when we went on the training camp to China. And since then, he's been out of favour. And he's been out of favour with the last two managers we've had. But I think Tuchel is going to use him, and he's going to use him properly. There's a player there. It's just we've never been allowed to see it. He'll surprise you, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he's ready to play against Man City. But going forward, Tuchel will select some games for him, and we'll slowly start to see Kennedy. Look what he's done with Malang Sarr. Everybody was slating Malang Sarr. Now he's a player. He's a player we're turning to.
And
but listen, all I'm gonna say, right, Bobby, is he's not a miracle worker, man. And literally, I was laughing when he got recalled because you wanna know why? Flamenco fans thanked us for recalling him. They said, bro, that puts a red flag on for me, man. Like
Bro, Hassan, you're waffling.
loan is not
Do you
that
have
he's
It's gonna be the same thing that
Bro,
Ruben
why?
Loftus
Why?
Cheek.
Why?
remember
Classic. Can
we're
I ask you a question?
laughing.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Go.
Classic, can I ask you, why do you like dead football players, bro? Why? Why do you like players who are horrible at everything, man? Just answer me, like 1 sentence, 2 sentence. First was Werner.
Kennedy is not horrible.
If he wasn't horrible, he wouldn't be playing in Brazil, bro.
No, he was on loan over there.
Yeah, he was on loan there because he failed in Spain.
And they
That's why.
ended second. Flamengo ended second, just behind Minora. So he's doing well over there. I know he had
Classic
like
Alonso won us the Champions League.
Yeah.
that don't mean nothing if you're part of the squad, man. You gotta give performances.
Listen, before that, he was in Granada in Spain. Imagine playing against Barcelona and all those teams. He was heavily involved, and they finished at 7. And before that, they were in Getafe, and Getafe finished 6. And Newcastle finished 13 with all that.
Isn't that a Turkish dish, Jim?
This Kennedy situation is going to end up like the Ruben Loftus.
The reason Kennedy has to leave because he was being a dick. He was involved with some kind of a controversy with China, and we were losing our a fan base from China. So now obviously everything is normal. I mean, better than Dest. Dest is only 20, 21. He's not. Dest is not even proven.
No,
And Emerson, we can't pay 4 million to Lyon, right? So he's not a bad option. That guy will.
Why are we even talking about him? There's no way he's playing in this game.
He's not playing this game, but they're saying that he can become a good player at Chelsea, is what they're saying. But I think that's what they're trying to get.
To be honest, who knows? I would say evidence at the moment says he's a dead player. Does that mean that he's going to have a stinker at Chelsea? Let's have a look. Like, I think he'll be average at best. I don't think he has a chance of breaking into the first team. But
I think he'll play only cup games, if I'm honest.
We'll see. We thought that about Saul at the beginning, and he's become a good player. We thought that about Malang Sarr. He's become a good player. Let's see what Tuchel can do with him. But
come on, Matt. You can't compare these guys. Compare Saul to
no. And I said, I think Kennedy's dead. I think if you've got the ability to get into the first team, whether you've got ongoing issues or not, you break into the first team. Nobody's dropping Ronaldo because he had a fallout with Coke. Just if you've got the ability, you play. I just don't think he does. Can he do a job to the end of the season? He'll be a filler player for us. It's that simple.
He's going to be like a Barkley. He's Barkley level up.
No, he's better than 100%. Barkley. How you compare Kennedy to Barkley? Barkley has proved nothing to the fan base, nor has he proved anything to the club.
The only reason why I said Barkley, right, is because Barkley failed on loans. That's why I said he's Barkley level, because he failed on loans just like he did.
It's more about
Barkley was sitting on the bench for us in Premier League matches. So he's a waste of space and time. Kennedy can come in and sit on a bench for Barkley. Barkley's been sitting on a bench for Premier League.
The argument is, I feel like the argument's mute because I feel like you're arguing about the same thing. They're both absolute squad players. If we had our full team, none of them would get a starting game.
Barkley's not a squad player. His contract should be terminated at Chelsea. He's not a squad player.
The argument is he is a squad player.
For us, and you guys were thinking Barkley is back. Barkley is not back. He's shit.
You're arguing the wrong point because your argument, you're saying he's not a squad player, but he is. He's in the squad. Is he good enough to be in the squad? No. Is Kennedy? No. When the whole team's fit, both of them.
How's Kennedy not good to be in the squad?
Well, when I say
you're telling me when
we have our own squad, if we have our own full squad, bro, they both should be terminated. This is as simple as that, or sold.
100%. If everybody was fit, Kennedy would get a look in. Barkley
if we gave Kennedy the same shot that we gave Barkley, I bet you Kennedy would be in a squad way more than Barkley's.
Exactly. Kennedy or Hudson-Odoi, who's better?
You're not giving him a fair shot, but you're telling him he's dead.
Showtime. I think you're missing the point, though. I'm not saying that if we played Kennedy the same amount of games, Kennedy wouldn't be better than Barkley. It's irrelevant who's better than who. What I'm saying is when our full team is fit, no matter how many chances Kennedy has or Ross,
and I'm telling you, when our full team was fit, Barkley was still in the squad. How can Barkley be in a squad and Kennedy cannot be in a squad? You call him dead, but Barkley's been dead. Barkley
we're both saying
I think we're rushing to sign off these players too quickly. We
See you
did
later,
this with
Cardo.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek. You know, people were
Same
saying he
thing.
couldn't play in
Yeah.
the six. He's got
Look,
to
but
leave. He's never going to be the same
the
player.
problem is,
And now he's a mainstay almost in
All
midfield.
right, see you later, bro.
See you later, Cardo.
I said this before. You guys are gonna treat this Kennedy situation like you treated Ruben Loftus-Cheek. You're
Yeah.
gonna hate Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and then you're gonna come back and like Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Now you're gonna hate Kennedy and call him dead, but then 2 matches in, he's gonna play 1 game, and you guys are gonna sing Kennedy, Kennedy all over.
To be fair, Showtime. To be fair though, I'm the one that started this conversation by saying evidence says he's going to be dead, but let's see how he performs because Tuchel's turned around Saul and turned around
What
Malang Sarr.
evidence do you have to call him dead, though?
You can't. Let me have a word, man. 1 minute. You can't call any player dead till we've seen him. You have a few games.
Exactly.
You know, you can't call him dead. Kennedy can surprise us all, especially with Tuchel.
True.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know, he can turn anyone into anything. He's one of those managers who, you know, you see all the other youngsters.
When we saw Kennedy under Conte, we wasn't saying he was dead then. When he was playing with Conte.
Yeah, but Kennedy had some good games.
Tuchel in his press conference
he could
said,
shoot the ball as well.
Tuchel in his press conference, he said that Kennedy isn't the answer to everything, but he's going to be a useful solution.
That's
now,
right.
if Tuchel believes he can use him,
that's what I said.
Who are we to doubt that?
That's what I said.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you.
I mean, I feel like, I don't know where we're going on here. That's exactly what I said. I said he's going to come into the team and be a good squad player. I said when our full team is fit, I don't think he'll get games. Is anybody arguing that point?
But the point is,
and I said when we have our full squad back, right, we terminate or sell both of them.
Maybe hold on, Showtime. Maybe dead's the wrong terminology, but my argument was this: if Kennedy wasn't a loan player from us and we were buying him in, would you be excited?
No,
no chance. No,
because it's not about being a dead footballer. It's about living up to the expectations of the players that we should have at the club.
Yes.
He doesn't have the caliber to be what I would class as a proper Chelsea squad player.
Have you seen him under this manager? Different managers have different roles.
You're talking about unproven. I said history shows this. I didn't say that. In the future he's going to be shit.
History shows nothing. Under Conte, he was given a shot. He played well in certain spells of the match.
And
he was just happy. That's why he
and he beat Barcelona again for Granada. That guy was bowling out in Spain.
He wasn't just happy under Conte because he wasn't playing often. He proved himself in a couple matches. He did great skills, and everybody in the bridge was screaming.
How long has he been with the club? How long has he been with the club?
6-7 years.
Yeah. How many managers we had in that time? Probably
5-6.
How many have gave him a chance?
About 2, probably.
So apparently all their managers are wrong and stupid for loading him out because apparently he's world class. We just got to give him a chance. Like you've got to use history, man. You've got to use history.
Can I just come in 2 seconds, right? I've listened to what you're both saying, and I actually agree with what both of you are actually saying. The be all the end all is this: has history shown that he's a great player at Chelsea? No, hence why we loaned him out or got rid of him. Otherwise, he'd still be at Chelsea, right? If he's a very good player or a squad player, he would be in the team. Yeah, at the end of the day. But however, him coming back to Chelsea, I am not on the bandwagon of he's crap, he's this, he's that, because we do have a manager that manages to get the best out of individuals that don't exactly look the greatest. So for me, it's one of the things of I just need to wait and see. We can't. We don't know.
Can I have one point? I think it was his own choice because he's a Brazilian guy. He wanted his youth in Spain, in Brazil. I think, our board is very open. If a player goes to them in summer or January and says, I want to have a loan move to a different country, they allow it. Look at Barkley. He went to them and said, I need a contract. And they gave him a contract. So our board is very high end. You can't just our board is not like Newcastle board, like Mike Ashley time when he can be a part of when he goes into training ground. Our board doesn't do that. They are very, very high end. You go in January, you go in June, when the time is right, you tell them either you want to stay or you don't want to stay. They will
Look at it like
they will
this.
be the situation with Kennedy. He is a proper Brazilian guy. He wanted to play in Sun. He wanted his youth. Now he's 25. Now he's back. Tuka said, "I need you." He's coming back, and people are saying he was a dead boy like Barkley. Nah, he's not a dead boy.
Klaslow,
Now
can I
look
ask
at
you
this.
one
If
question?
Hudson-Odoi was
Either
consistent, we would not be going for Kennedy.
it's okay.
Klaslow,
Yeah, I
Right
agree
now,
with
a
this as well,
question
though.
from
Hudson-Odoi is
Klaslow.
Marcus
Wait a
Alonso's
minute, man.
contract is up,
Let me
coming
ask
up, right?
Klaslow one thing. 1 minute, one below. Who do you fancy more, Werner or Kennedy?
Oh, for fuck's
What do
sake.
you mean by that?
Like, who you like more, Werner or Kennedy?
Listen, Werner is my favorite.
Bro, listen, yeah,
I love
everyone and their dad knows he loves Werner, man.
So look at it like this.
Kennedy
Marcus-
hasn't got blonde hair.
Right,
Okay.
right. Blue, let's see it this way. Last game we played City, Werner gave a pass to Lukaku. Lukaku missed it. And then Havertz was offside. He shouldn't have been offside, and we would have won the game against City. So for me, in this game, only one of them three makes a place. Because we need Pulisic, Ziyech, or Hudson-Odoi, at least two of them in this game.
Look at the Kennedy situation like this. Marcus Alonso's contract is coming to an end, right? If we're looking for a backup per se for Ben Chilwell, why not give Kennedy a run for that spot? Why would we go out and pay money for somebody else to come back in? We're gonna spend money on somebody that we can already fill in if Kennedy is promising or Matson.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
agree.
that's
I
what
agree.
Tuchel's saying.
Yeah,
Tuchel's
I
saying
think we'll
this
all
is an
agree that, don't we?
excellent opportunity for Kennedy
It
to do
is
this. Listen to his
it's-
press conference.
great
we not
This
opportunity
is a
for the whole
great
club. You guys
opportunity.
want us to go in the market and spend millions and millions of dollars on a new left back. Why would we do that when we have players like Kennedy, Matson out on loan?
Yeah,
And
and
we're
these
looking
left
for a
backs aren't
backup. We're not
even
looking
Can't
for
do
there.
a
that now.
superstar.
You know, there's a lot of
And
noise
I'm
being made about
confused.
one
Lucas
of the
Who
funny
argued
things
that
is
point?
you guys says we don't need young players, we need 25, 26, and now you're getting one and you want to go for Dest. Dest is only 20. How many
Can I
youth
ask you
can
a
we have
question?
in
Can I
our
ask you a
team?
question? That sounded like like you were retaliating to somebody that said something. I thought we all agreed that. Who was disputing that point? I think we all agreed that we needed to bring back one of our left backs. We
Yeah,
wanted
not by
Emerson.
now.
We
Yeah.
wanted Emerson. We couldn't get him, so we went for our second choice, which is Kennedy. And I think we've all said, let's see how he does. Let's see what Tuchel can
Yeah.
do with him. I don't understand
That's
whether
what we've been saying. Yeah.
it seems like
Exactly.
everybody agrees with that.
Yeah.
Right now we
Most-
have
most
Kennedy, so we
everyone.
have to support him. We can't just tell everybody he's a dead player. That doesn't, it doesn't work proper. Hassan is saying he's dead like Barkley. I don't believe it. Like,
I'm
is
not
is
saying
that the
he's
way
like
we work
Barkley.
in
I'm
the
saying that they
Yeah.
both are like if we had a proper squad, they would both be the same level, like unwanted. That's what I meant by dead.
But you're saying that doesn't resonate that Barkley was still in the squad when we had a full squad. So
Yeah,
That's because no one
Barkley
wants
is
him.
on the bench
hold
during
on.
Premier League matches, Champions League matches.
Just
how's
because
that?
no one wants,
Barkley is English. He's
he's
very
only in there
comfortable
because
in
no
the
one
game.
wanted him.
But this
Yeah,
guy,
sure. You got to look at it.
Kennedy,
Class, 2
will
seconds.
give
2
us-
seconds.
he's going to be on edge. He has to prove a point. Hudson-Odoi, Barkley, they both are living a very comfortable life. But this guy Kennedy will be on edge, and we need players who are on edge.
So, Showtime, to answer your actual question, because I don't know what that was about. We couldn't get rid of Barkley. It's not like we had him in the squad because we wanted him in the squad. We tried to get rid of him and we couldn't get rid of him. So now we're in this stuck situation where we've got a player we want to get rid of and we're running down his contract. It's not like we're going, Ross is good enough to be in this squad. We just physically couldn't get rid of him.
But he hasn't been dropped. That's what I'm telling you. In the beginning of the season,
It's because they're trying to play him to get promoted, like to attract some kind of interest. The same way we're playing Kepler.
Yeah.
We need some kind
He
of
wasn't
value.
playing, but he was sitting on the bench. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I'm trying to figure out why you saying that if we had a full squad depth, the likes of
I'm saying that
Kennedy
if
wouldn't be
they
on our
both,
team. You don't know that.
we both stated, right, correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, but we both stated if we had a full squad, they both would be sold. It's as simple as that.
So
They're
Yeah.
not.
we had
So
Kennedy
my-
for how long? He hasn't been sold yet. He's been on loan several times. Not
So
So
sold.
I'm just gonna say that we're stuck with Kennedy for 6 months. After that, we're probably gonna sell him. As simple as that.
If you say so. I just hope he
I
proves
think
you wrong because they ain't gonna start screaming Kennedy.
Oh
Kennedy,
no! If he
word.
proves me wrong, then that's good. The same way Mendy proved half of our fan base wrong. Prove me
I
wrong.
think
The
I think you got
evidence suggested that he's kind of dead. We gave Bakayoko, who was a dead player, a shot. He was a good.
so
We
so,
gave.
so my I look at it like Kennedy has won the lottery because he's got half a season to prove himself, where he would have never have got this opportunity if we weren't struck with injuries and everything else. Now, what I look at when I look at it for next season, and you say, "Oh, he could be a squad player," so my argument to this is he could be, but if he is, I'd be annoyed. Not because he's a squad player, but I'd be annoyed at the business that we would have done in the next transfer market, because I would be expecting us to go get a Kunde. I'd expect us to go get, maybe a De Ligt. And then with these players that can come in and play other positions, I wouldn't expect him to be good enough in the team. Not saying he's not a good player. I would be expecting us to improve on the squad.
But that's a problem. That's a problem I see. Why are we getting players to play multiple positions when we have players in positions already?
Because the players that we would bring in would be better.
Yeah.
You're telling me you wouldn't prefer a Kunde or a De Ligt over a Kennedy?
I mean, yeah, to be Kunde on the right. I don't expect him to come in and be like, okay, we're gonna put him where Thiago Silva is.
Move on.
No, I understand Kunde coming in for Aspilicueta, but after that, why are we buying players to play on the left when we have Ben Chilwell and we have the likes of Ian Madison, Kennedy? We still have Marcus Alonso. So
but we're gonna be selling at that point.
I would
That's the
spend millions when we
problem.
already have players worth millions already.
Because that's what Chelsea have always done, right? Well, I don't get why this is so new for us. Like we
Exactly.
buy players because we want competition across our team, and if to have competition across your team allows you to challenge for the best things.
You guys were just saying we had 5 left backs in preseason.
Yeah, but you're
right now I agree with that, but you're missing the point in what I'm saying is that why Chelsea go and buy players, even though we have Chilwell and Reece James who have been great in their positions, is because we should have challenge. We should have people fighting for their positions. When you look at our own team, we've always had players that fight for positions. What's wrong with having that competition?
The argument would be is where we've got 5 left backs, you can't honestly say if all 5 of them were fit in the club. I can't see, and I'm going from previous experience and history again here. We don't know what will happen in the next 6 months or by the time the summer comes around. But I can't see Maatsen being at a level where he'll be ready for the Premier League to challenge.
Why is that?
Chilwell.
Why don't you see Maatsen ready for the
No,
Premier League?
no, he's saying not in 6 months. He gave you a set time.
I'm giving you a set time frame. Do I think Maatsen is good enough to make it in the Premier League and make it in our team one day? I do, 100%. Do I think with the experience he has and the age and everything all combined, he would be ready by the transfer window to come in next season and challenge? I don't. That's my personal opinion. You might have a different one, but that would be my opinion. I think Kennedy isn't going to be, and again, he could prove us all wrong, but I don't think he's going to be good enough from experience and everything else to challenge Chilwell. And then what you get is you get Chilwell, who's got a secured position, who, not saying he will, but could get lazy. You need people challenging for a position to get the best out of every player. So I think we have to get an alternative option if Alonso goes.
And you got to forget Chilwell. I think Chilwell time at Chelsea is finished because it's going to be 2 years till he comes back. And he do go through mental issues too. So probably I think Chilwell time is over with Chelsea.
It's not
his
over.
contract's going to run out in
It's
25.
it's not over until we
When
play
he comes
him.
back, it's going to take time for
He's
him
going
to
to do
get playing
recovery
back.
also.
Like Matt said, it's we have to have a backup. Like in the summer, we're going to have to go for a top left wing back and a right wing back. They need cover, and when they come back, they're going to have someone to push on. So they have to fight for the place. But it won't be now. It'll be in the summer, I think. That's what I think, anyway.
Guys, I do need to finish off. I've got to shoot. I've got work to do now as well. So big up everyone always that's been involved today. Panel, good chat again as always. Hopefully we can get it done. Score predictions, guys. Starting with Matty K. What are you saying?
Positive 3-1.
3-1. Wow, blimmin' hell. Okay,
Wow.
fair enough. Big Blue?
Yeah, it's going to be a tight game, but we have it to beat. I'm going 1-0, and like before when we beat them 1-0. Yeah.
1-0.
Lukaku to get the goal we all been dying for.
3-1, I'm out. Cladworth, what you saying?
Yeah, me too. 3-1. I'm out, bro.
Wow, flipping out. Fair enough. 3-1. Showtime?
2-0.
Chelsea?
Chelsea, of course. Always.
Okay, just
Blue is
checking.
the
Always
color.
back your team.
You never know these days. Come on. Hassan, what are you saying?
2-1 Alonso winner.
Wow. Okay.
I
Bobby?
can see that happen.
Bobby?
I don't do score predictions, but I will say this, Jem. I think we're going to beat City. Reason being, I think they've been getting away with it a bit of late. They are an extraordinary team, but they haven't been that great in the past few games. And I just think if we focus on what we can do, get our team selection right, I think we should have enough.
Fair enough. What are you saying, Ben?
2-0 Lukaku and Werner.
Lukaku, Werner, 2-0. All right, fair enough. I'm going to say I think it's going to be tight. I think we're going to win 1-0. I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals. I think it's just going to be one of them games.
That's why I said, who's going to score for you?
I'm going to go with Kai Havertz. I think he'll play.
Let's hope Lukaku will have a skip the goal. That's all.
Jam, before you go, do you think Hudson-Odoi would play or not?
No.
And how important this game would be?
The only way Hudson-Odoi plays in this game is if we play 4 at the back and we play 4-2-2-2. If it's a 3-4-3, I don't see him starting.
One more thing. I just want to say in Marina we trust, and in Super Tommy Tuchel we trust. Always.
Big up. Yeah, as always. As always. Guys, before you leave, make sure you get this to 100 likes. Still over 130 of you here. We're only 12 away from 3.9k subscribers. So before you leave, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe as well. I'll be back for the review of the Man City game as well tomorrow after the game. So big up, everyone. Take care of yourselves. We'll speak again all tomorrow. I'm sure the panel will be here as well. Big up to all them as well. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Be safe. And we'll be back again soon. Peace out.
Up the Chels.
Up the Blues.
Right.